Hey everyone, Tech Steve here, and just want to show you guys what the X85K and the X80J looks like side by side. Now, I wasn't going to do a live stream because I haven't did one in a while, but I wanted to just show you guys in real time what the features looks like. And I didn't realize the audio from the microphone I have set up wasn't working, but we'll figure this out as we go. Now, when I started this process, I had my computer all set up, but it started doing an update. So I don't have access to it at the moment, but we are going to get to some of the things that you guys have been wondering about. So I'm just going to wait till a few other people get on here. And by the way, I don't have every TV on the market. I don't have the X90J or the X90K or any of those TVs. But when I buy TVs and get everything set up, I will make sure that I put those out there for you guys as soon as possible. But I am working on something with one of the vendors to get more Sony televisions sponsorship so I can show you guys what those all about. So we'll get everything back and running. In the meantime, I'm going to cycle this demo again. And by the way, I use a PS5 and just give me a minute. Hang on tight. We'll wait till a few other people join because this is a random live stream. So just check this out until the computer get back up and running. And if you guys have any questions in the meantime, just go and leave that in the chat. So far, 21 people has joined. I don't really expect too many people to join. The fact I didn't reach out and tell anybody. Just want to see who is actually going to pop on here randomly. The LGC1 versus the A80K. Again, I don't have many Sony televisions at this moment, but the minute I get access to it, I will go ahead and send it out. Any other comparisons you guys like me to see? I have about 28 TVs available, but a lot of them are older models. And what I'm going to do as soon as I get access or time, I'll start doing more comparison videos, but they're going to be more in short form, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, just to show you guys the picture differences. But take a look at this. It looks like you guys like the X85K on the left hand side. That's the 50 inch. 43 inch is the X85J. And I may get a little things confused as I talk about these different televisions. Sometimes remembering all these model numbers is a hard thing to do. But again, I'll do my best to keep everything on track here. And again, this is a random video. So, all right, it looks like about 8 more minutes for my computer update, but that's okay. So what we're going to do here, let me turn down the volume. And people did wonder, will this remote control work on the X85J from last year? Check this out. Yes, it will. And the biggest thing about this remote control is, again, than the last year model. I think I have it over here. Let me go grab it. Yeah, there's a difference in the remote control. So a lot of people like that smaller look. And overall, the biggest difference is that on Sony TVs, just like most TVs on the market now, you would just connect it with Bluetooth and go from there. So yeah, I do have the chat set up. If you are a subscriber to the channel, you can start chatting right away. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, you can basically you have to wait 1 minute after you subscribe if you want to get access to that. And if you guys want to, hey, you can tilt me to shameless plug. So yeah, I've been setting up this side of the studio. I have an editing computer over there on the other side, but over here, I'm setting up something maybe to do podcasts in the future. I invested a lot of money. I got the Rodecaster Pro going on, the ATEM Blackmagic, and I did get the world's famous Shure SM7B, which a lot of people like with the arm on it. So I think that's gonna be cool uh, as we get more into what this channel is going to do as it grows. So what I'm going to do on this video, I'm going to literally take you through some of the steps that I use when I do my testing. So we're going to take a look at contrast. We're going to look at whoa, thanks a lot for the super chat. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. it's definitely gonna help goes towards get me some of those Sony OLED televisions. So thumbs up, thumbs up. So, yeah, again, but beside that, let's go ahead. I'm gonna pull up the disc that I usually use, and this is a slow process because I have to wait on this PS5. But let's go and stop this. And this is a demo I actually put on a thumb drive. So that's what's playing right now. So let's see here. I'm gonna go back to the home screen here, and then I'm trying to look at my computer and do this a little backwards. So let me just look at TVs real quick. There we go. So if you wonder what I use for my demos is this disc right here. This is the 4K version of it, and again, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X does have the 4K DVD player in it, so you can play things like this. Uh, so let's see. Let's go back to the main screen here. And appreciate it. Appreciate it. Who else? 22. Appreciate the super chat there. As far as the C2, is it worth it? From what I've seen, Linus Tech, he did point out that they put in a that he did point out that they did put in a heat sink in the television and it's brighter, and that's the biggest thing about OLEDs. So actually was gonna get an OLED and put it in my main room, but currently I'm using a 75-inch LG. And in my bedroom, believe it or not, I'm using a TCL 65-inch, which the software is terrible. But I hooked up a 4K HDR Roku to it, and TV looks really good. The blooming is not that bad. The colors are great, and but the software is a little bit funky. After I did the review and I started, looking at it a little bit more on a personal level, yeah, they need some work. Okay, back to the TVs here. Let's see. Let's go back here and let's see. Sorry about that. Everything's reversed on my monitor here. Okay, so this is one of the screens I use, and this is really the video setup. And what it's going to allow me to do is just get the contrast on the screen. And again, I have my camera preset up, so you might see, like some shadows and stuff like that. Let's see here. So there's some color zones. There's another test that I do. And hey, from Kenya, thanks for joining the live stream here. And if you look at this right here, it looks like the X85J has a little bit of a darker look to me. Now, let's check out the settings real quick, just so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Okay, so it looks like when I'm switched over to gaming mode, let me switch it back real quick. Give me a second here. All right. Hang tight, guys. All right, there we go. As far as Hisense, I don't, they haven't really reached out to me. They actually sponsor a lot of the videos I have showed on this channel, but I'm sure as soon as they get one ready, we'll get one available to show. And I think the A series might be at now, but they're on special order. But right now, these are the settings I used when I was doing the video. Overall, if you guys checked it out today, I have it on cinema mode. You see the brightness. This is all factory settings. I try not to go through here and change too many settings. And sometimes this might mess up because I'm using one remote control to control both TVs, but you kind of get an idea of what we have there. All right, so there's a contrast right there. Now, after I did that setting change, you can see that there you go. I have actually a divider in the room here to divide the glare. So when I film TVs, it doesn't really get that much glare on the screens there. All right. So these settings and take a look at it. So the interesting thing is like when you look at tests like this, one thing to point out to me is that you see the black levels. It looks like the X85J has a little bit better grayscale. So the way to determine that is that you're going to go from black all the way up to white and everything in between. So if you look at the white levels, it looks like they're washed out on both televisions. And when I did the video yesterday, I noticed that no matter what I did, it doesn't get rid of that. And I have calibration software. I haven't really started using it that much, but I will get to that soon. So let's go take a look at a few other things here. All right. So if you guys see something that stands out to you, you let me know. And yeah, there is some price drops on the X85K. I mean J. And the thing is that at this point, I don't want to say anything that's gonna set any manufacturer, but what it looks like is they just repurposed the television on the new K series. They pulled out the headphone jack that some people like. They changed the remote control, which is very minimized. And now you can hook up a webcam to it so you can do live chat and things like that. So we'll see if see how that works out for them. All right, let's see here. Let's go. Now here's another setting I use. It's called video settings. So I'll just go through some of these different tabs here and let you take a look at it. And as you can see, the X85J, just by looking at my screen here, appears to have a little bit better colors. If you guys see anything different, leave that in the comment section and we'll take a look at it. But look at this. So overall, I mean, they look pretty similar. And then here's one of the uniformity tests I do. And you can see around the very, very ends of the corners, you can see like a little bit of vignetting. It's not too bad, but the center overall is, to me, appears a little bit purer on the X85K, which is the 50-inch, the larger screen. So let's go through here a little bit more. So again, here's some of the settings. My computer is almost done here. There you go. All right. So yeah, but overall, I mean, that's what they look like. I mean, you've been wondering what they are side by side. So far for me, the J series, if it's on sale, seems like a better deal. So here's some processing used to get some of the tests as far as the motion and things like that. This right here is a test. On the bottom, you have 10-bit versus 8-bit. And if you've ever seen any kind of artifacts on a television, it's generally because it's usually an 8-bit panel with they call frame rate control, FRC. And it seems like they're manipulating this. A lot of these panels used to be literally true 10-bit, but you have to spend a lot of money now to get the type of screens here. So my computer's coming up. Let me go and log back in. Unfortunately, I had some pages bookmarked, which I lost. So, but we'll get back to that. Now, a lot of people ask me to recommend televisions. I mean, it's really hard to determine everyone's situation. Like, for example, which one would I recommend for Xbox? I mean, both of them will play Xbox, 60 hertz, 120 hertz. But what I realized on these TVs, they do have Dolby Vision in them. And the thing about Dolby Vision, I was only able to get 60 frames per second while I was in Dolby Vision mode. But when I had it on, the enhanced mode or VRR mode, it was able to pick up the 120 hertz. All right. So, yeah, I'm just showing you guys a few other tests. A question, is my microphone turned up loud enough? I'm looking at the YouTube little dots here. It doesn't really show it that loud. Okay. Uh-oh. All right. So, yeah, let's go back to this. Let me close this. I almost have my computer back up running. And then let's go look at the stock ticketer. And this will show us the loud and clear. Appreciate that. Appreciate it, Stephen. Yeah, I really like this microphone. I actually had to get this adapter called Cloud Booster or something like that, and it works really good. Makes the mic sound really quality. Thanks a lot again. Oh, there's a little bit of hissing noise. Okay. Well, it's a new setup and going live. I'm gonna have to play around with this and test it. Yeah, I can listen to it on my phone, but if I'm talking with the phone right beside me, it's probably gonna wash each other out. But yeah, here's the motion test. This TV has the 960, which is 120 hertz motion. And what motion is for is there's a thing called judder, and what that is that a lot of older TVs worked at 30 frames per second, and movie studios they literally record movies at 24 frames a second. And if you notice my videos, I do everything at 60 frames per second. So what the judder will do is it'll slow down the refresh rate in the television to literally match up with the movie. So that way you don't get this ghosting and trailing whenever you're watching certain flicks. So definitely if you seeing that type of motion in a movie, go in any type of television and see if you can go to advanced setting, find the motion and see if you can adjust that judder to make it smooth. All right, so yeah, I got my computer back up here and we'll do a few other tests here. So the first thing I have up here is Sony's website. Actually, do apologize. This is the X85J. Actually, all right. Give me just a minute. Let me go ahead and get this all up and running first. All right, so there we go. All right, so this is on Sony's official website. You gotta choose United States. Wow, these websites just kind of move you all over the place. It's hard to even get what you're looking for. All right, here we go. So the reason I want to pull up the website is we're just going to take a look at current pricing, um, and it looks like some. So you have to go like to Best Buy or something to get it. And then if you go here to the K series, you see the 43-inch starts at $700. You're looking at 849 for the 50-inch, which I paid 899 because I special ordered it. But look, then you're going to go up to 999 for the 55-inch. So it looks like it's going up increments around $200 until you get to the big boys. Now, someone did leave a review over here. Let's go take a look at it real quick. So they gave it a 1 star. I mean, that's pretty brutal just to have a new product and have a 1 star. So yeah, they literally don't have any kind of information, but someone didn't like it. And I think what's happening is, again, with those differences I told you guys about, a lot of people are not seeing the value. I mean, if you look at the last year model and it's on sale, $200 or $300 less for the exact same size television, you have to make that decision. It has the same software, pretty much almost the same picture as we're seeing right here in the demos. The remote control changed. You can add a camera, but overall, the software and everything matches up. So, would you spend more money? That'll be completely up to you. Let's see here. So, sorry about that. So yeah, go down to the specs here. Then you can pull up screens. And by the way, when I do my videos, I literally go through here and copy these pages. I literally take about 4 to 5 hours of research before I even film any type of video. I get comments like, people say, you know, it took me a long to this channel up and have you guys to follow me. So I take it to heart that true subscribers are always gonna have my back. So, but yeah, down here, you can see it has the 4K Reality Pro, the Triluminos Pro. These are all the same things you get on the last year X85. Another thing I want to point out here too is that this TV, even though it's a 16:9 ratio, it does support the real 4K. So if you see that on the television, basically true 4K. Sorry, everything's still. So this is the true resolution of 4K, but when you see something that says UHD, it means that it's kind of stripped out 4K. So if you notice, if you're watching a anamorphic movie and you see black bars on the top and bottom, is because all the TVs are getting sold out market or not the right aspect ratio. And if you look at like a YouTuber like MKBHD, you can see these little tiny brown, these black boxes on his videos because he's filming for the future where all the software and editing things I use are set up for the UHD. So I don't want to really have the black bars at this point. So, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. You go through here, and then when you can compare both televisions, they're literally the same thing. So, all right. So we pretty much wrapped this up because again, this was a live stream I wasn't planning on doing, but I was getting ready to start filming this video footage and decided I'd go ahead and just show you guys live instead. And one thing, I've been getting a lot of defective TVs. Sometimes I get them and they're broken. I get them with scratches on them. They're dented. And X85K, I'm going to film it a little bit more, but then I'm going to have to send it back. I'm debating if I'm going to get another one because behind the screen, there's a little tiny scratch on the panel itself. It's not even on the glass on the panel. So maybe I'll exchange it and get the X90K, X90K. Sorry if I got the J and K. If I get the X90K, I can show that to you guys, but I won't be able to do a comparison video and previous footage and kind of put that together. But it usually doesn't look as good unless you can see it in real time. All right, so okay. So yeah, back to this motion test. This is another one that I like. And if you go through the motion settings, you can adjust this. Now I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna leave the microphone for a second. But what I'm gonna do is see if I can pull up the motion and see if we can see a difference there just by playing around with the settings here. Again, one TV may work, and the other one will be doing something totally. Yeah, this is no good when you have two TVs that are the same. And that's probably the hardest video to film is when I film two separate. When I do two separate brands is easy, but when you film the same TV, you always got this issue with the remote control. So yeah, this is the X85K, and this is the motion flow. So this is what it turned off. And here's back on. And see if you can see a difference as I think. I don't know, it's like it works good. These settings, I just don't think most people are gonna notice the difference. Look at that. So it's just very interesting that you buy a TV and it's easy to get confused with all these bells and whistles they have on them. In fact, after I start reviewing televisions on my channel, I noticed I got up to 20 something TVs. Then I start, they all start looking the same. And there's some reviewers that refuse to do any kind of lower end TVs, but what? A lot of you guys don't know they're not sponsored on most of my videos. I actually go buy them out of my own pocket, and we go from there. So, but again, these are the tests, and yeah, So again, I didn't want to make this a long live stream. I'm testing this stuff out, and if you guys like this type of format, leave it in the comments below because what I can do is I can film the main TV, and when I have them still up on the table there, I can do a live stream so we can look at them real time. Now, as I get used to this, I'll have two different brands so we can play around more with the settings. I'll hook up my wireless microphone so I can move around a little bit more too, so I can walk over to the TV and everything. But that's all I have for now, and I appreciate you guys for joining in, and also appreciate you guys for contributing to the super fans. And if you like this or even a podcast, definitely let me know. One last thing I want to show you guys is that I know YouTube is safe, secure, and you guys definitely appreciate that. But this is a website. I started building it out about 2 years ago, but here lately, I decided to, drill down, and I paid for a longer package. I have it access for about 3 years. And this is great thing about this website is that you can come here. Like if you have an issue or a question, you can ask on YouTube. But if you go over here, you can actually upload your images. So if you leave me a message or a image, you can go in here and chat with me. And you can see I do follow up just like I do on YouTube. And eventually, I would have some paid videos on here. Right now, um, everything is pretty much free, so you don't have to pay for anything. Content will be if I get into calibrations and anything that has a high cost to it. So you can just go in here and load up different like videos. And as you can see, I these are stripped out versions of it. So yeah, go check it out. HD. It's a work in progress, and you can see it's a free membership there. But yeah, go join me over there, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. And if I have the TV set up, I can film a couple of spots for you and upload it and things like that. So thanks a lot again for joining, guys. And the mic is cutting out. All right, appreciate that. These technical issues. Again, this is not a professional setup or anything, but I'm getting. I'm gonna take a little time and I'm gonna learn how to do it better. So again, thanks a lot for watching. I'm Tech Steve. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.